Buddy. Hello, welcome to Wellbeing Wednesdays. And it was such a funny show tonight so far before it even started. I couldn't get my webcam to work, and then my camera for Instagram kept falling down, so I ended up duct taping it. So it's a great segue into our focus creates our reality, because instead of letting it trip me up or get stressed about it not being 7 o'clock or anything like that, I thought to myself, well, with electronics, usually if you turn it off and then turn it back on, it works again. So I unplugged everything and I turned it back on again, and lo and behold, here we are. Welcome to Wellbeing Wednesdays. If anyone would like a card and they're not on the list that I'm reading off in a couple of minutes, please let me know and I will add you to the list. And we have Jill B. Webb, Kathy Lewis, Fernando, Andy, Barbara, Donna, Jonathan, Sam, Shannon, Melanie, Tammy, Micah, Jane, Heather, Lisa, Kristen, Crystal, April, Kelly, and Jess. So if anyone else would like to jump on and get a card of guidance after I finish the little talk on focus and how it can create our reality, then I am happy to do that. I just noticed that nobody was on Facebook yet, although I can't quite tell. But I'm just gonna keep going anyway. And hello, Shannon. I see that you're on Insta. Thank you. So I'm gonna start out, and this might be a little bit of a repeat for you, but it's a great refresher for everyone as we go into the focus. So I'm just gonna take a couple seconds here and just draw the basic diagrams that we like to use here in Wellbeing Wednesdays. And the first one is our energy torus. And just know that whatever we have ever asked for, we have available in vibrational form. All we're doing is tuning our frequency and our focus to match the dimension and the frequency of where that manifested reality is. So if you're in a situation in your now and you're asking for new, that's a clue that you're ready to switch your focus off of the now and shift your focus into what you want to create that's different, and allow yourself to get really excited about that. And if you have a stick, this is a really beautiful stick. Do you like my stick, guys? For easy purposes, here, we'll give it a little branch. There we go. Looks like a fin. We have a stick. So on one end of the stick, you have not feeling so good, and the non-manifested reality. Okay? So not manifested on one side, and then the manifested on the other side. When you choose to shift your focus off of the problem and onto the solution, what happens is you end up shifting your energy like a radio dial, right down the dial, and you go into the manifested reality. And we get there by being that version of ourselves now. And here's the other cool trick about this. The new way to read cards in Golden Age and going forward is we're asking how to line up with our manifestation, because we now understand how the universe works. And we now understand that anything we've ever asked for is already there in vibrational form. We're just tuning into it. So the new way to read cards, because cards don't ever read the future, no divination ever reads the future. It just reads what dimension you're in at that now moment that you're doing the reading. That's why the guides are really encouraging everyone to connect on their own, so that when you notice that you're focusing on the good and you start shifting your own reality, you're going to notice that you're able to connect with loved ones on the other side, and there's no fear, there's no scariness involved in source. Think of source like heaven. It's just bliss, positive energy. Earth School is what created all of the more dense energy, but that's not good or bad either. Because when there's dense energy, it's really inspiring to create new, and that's what our soul purpose is. A lot of people think it's a very specific thing, but it's really just to come down here and allow ourselves to expand. And we all have enough in vibrational reserve from all the stuff that we've gone through in this lifetime that we don't have to continue suffering in order to put more stuff in our vortex. All we have to do is break out of the program and start allowing in joy, and start allowing yourself to focus on the end of the stick where the manifestation is, not the end of the stick where it is not. So we don't want to be banding together and joining groups to fight against anything. You don't want to give it focus. That's how I healed the cancer without chemo or radiation. You don't want to highlight anything that you don't like. You want to highlight everything that you do like. So the guides gave me this little idea. So I actually went out and got some new little markers here. Let me see. So many of you are familiar with the diagram that Tesla had given me explaining source realm and earth realm. So if you're not familiar, feel free after this show to go on and take a look. It's in one of my first Wellbeing Wednesdays, or probably a bunch of the first ones. So if this is source realm and this is earth school and every dimension is available, if you look at the scale of consciousness that is associated, I think it was David Hawkins actually that created that scale, it shows you the vibrational emotional frequency and where it is on the scale. So if you're in love frequency, that's a high frequency. That's miracle dimension. I went out and kept dancing and had so much fun when I had cancer, and I didn't talk to everybody and victimize myself or any of that. And then in the end, I ended up so busy that I really just didn't have time for cancer. So then I gave it even less focus. And lo and behold, it worked. So there's so much that we can do. We're actually all self-healing, and we're all naturally abundant. We are all naturally surrounded by love. We're all naturally surrounded by our tribe. It's just who we are naturally. So if you picture a stick right now, if you live in New England, outside with the ice on it, the ice is just our resistance, and our resistance is doubt, fear, programming, believing that we have to do something because somebody else will be mad at us, not being able to speak our truth. Those are programs down here. Our higher self version of ourselves is still up here in source energy, which is a really, really high frequency. And we can access miracles of all different types all the time, whenever we choose to. And I just noticed that the light fell off of my Instagram. So I'm going to just put that back on for a second and see if that helps at all. A little bit. It makes a small difference. So now when you have all of the different dimensions here in Earth School, if you want to do a simple 1 to 10, 5 being neutral, the 2 dimensions are where we feel sad or missing something or wishing things were different. Those are those low frequencies where we feel like oh man, it's hard down there. And when you look at the scale of consciousness, you can go, if you feel like, let's say, total apathy, the next step up from that can be anger or irritation or something of that step. And some people will go step by step up the scale until they're back in joy. Once you start learning these focus techniques and how to switch into your higher self, you can literally bounce. And the guides actually, I'll be using this gold ball later. The guides had me get this ball at the store full of gold glitter to help explain everything. But we can literally do a joy bounce and a quantum leap from down here in a 1 all the way up to elation and bliss in a 10 by understanding how the universe works and allowing yourself to have things on hand that you know will lift your vibration. So I'm going to get into the highlighting in just one moment. First, I'm going to go over a little bit more of the explanation around everything. So I'm just going to read through this, and feel free to take notes if you want to, or save the video. There's a lot of really helpful stuff in here, and I tried to consolidate it the best I could. So miracle focus is actually soft allowing. So we're allowing the ice to melt off. We're not hacking at the ice and forcing it off. So the opposite of allowing and accessing miracles is hard work, hard work, hard work. If there was a little video camera on all of the most successful people in the world, the points where they shifted into that miracle knowledge that helped them turn the page, for lack of a better term, that was from a joy frequency, even if they don't tell you. There's a lot of programs down here that we're all supposed to work hard, or we feel guilty that we're not working hard. That's all a program. We don't have to do anything. If you want to pay your mortgage or your rent and you have a job, then you might actually want to go to that job so you can pay your mortgage or rent. while looking for a job that brings you more joy or something of that nature. But also be really thankful with anything that you have at the moment that you have it, because everything is there serving your highest good. And everything that we come in contact with, this is a big thing about focus. I really want everyone to understand. We are responsible for every single thing that is going on in our reality. The way people treat us, the way the traffic is going, everything that we experience is a mirror. A lot of people are in denial about this, and they're like, well, I wouldn't have chose this or that or blah, blah, blah. You know what? A lot of us got born into like hard stuff, right? So it's whatever. Just make sure you recognize that you are the only one that keeps recreating the loop. Get yourself off the loop, for the love of God. I wish I knew this stuff earlier. I would have gotten off the loop so much earlier. I really hope that this gets to a lot of people and helps them. Because we do not have to get stuck on those loops, and we can allow in joy. And when you allow in that joy energy, you start highlighting the upper dimensions, and you start accessing the radio tuner dial in miracle dimensions, and everything is just synchronistic and easy, and everything just always works out. And if you have any feelings around something that are hard feelings around it, what you want to do is look into the higher self perception around that. If you're blaming anyone or anything outside of you for how you feel, that's hint number one that you're not in your higher self and you're not accessing miracles. You can't access miracles from victimhood. It's impossible. Trust me, I used to try all the time. It didn't work. It didn't work at all. The only way that you access the miracle dimension is by literally just allowing in the ease and the flow, and not the poor me's or talking and highlighting all of the woes of your life. That's not going to get you miracles. It's going to get you a lot more woes. Anything that we focus on literally expands it bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you're going to be focusing on something you don't like, be prepared to get slammed with it over and over and over. Every now moment we can create a new reality. We're all programmed, and we keep looking at our now and we're like, oh my God, my now is making me feel like this. So our feeling is telling us what we're focusing on, and we're focusing on the now. So that's why we're all stuck in a now loop, and we're like, oh, it's so weird. I changed my partner and I keep getting the same experience, or I changed my job and I keep feeling the same way. It's because we're not changing the energy inside of us, and we're creating a loop. It's a mirror, and we can all break the cycle. And really, it's all about self-love, acceptance, forgiving everyone else, understanding that we're all on actor and actress journeys. No big deal. We come back and forth. We end up light in frequency at the end. Everyone goes back to source. No one gets stuck. I'll do another show on that later. It's really just our perceptions of the ghosts, which I definitely will do a total separate show. That's a lot of information on that. So back to this. So the easy, allowing, healing, abundant, natural flow that we have from source energy comes in when we drop all the programming, when we allow ourselves to eat a piece of cake for dinner without getting upset and feeling guilty. Listen to your body. And if your body says, no, I don't want that, then listen to your body. And pay attention if you're eating something or saying something just out of a habit. I know my friend Jill and I, Jill, you on? Hello, hello. I'm not sure if she's on yet. But we literally had to go through our playlist in our music, and we had to literally cut out a ton of music, because anything you're highlighting in your life, anything you're entertaining in your life on the TV or anywhere, it's subliminally programming you. It's creating your reality. If you think Earth School is super hard, you're in a program. I used to think that. It's really not. It's super easy and super fun and nothing like what I thought it was at all. So I'm telling you, please take it from me. Try it just for a week. Pay attention to what you're focusing on. And it says, we don't have to expect the world to be different or people to be different to find our joy focus. So what happens is throughout the day, And I think it's so funny. Before I went to the store, they said I could use yellow and orange, and they just happened to be on the same marker. I love easy convenience. So if we know that things that are in joy are at the higher end of the emotional scale and focus, and the things that are not in joy are on the lower end of the scale, we're just choosing what we're highlighting. And whatever we highlight is where our average of our now moments is the dimension of reality that we live in. Okay? So let's say that you have two things to focus on. You just heard a really sad story about something in the news, and you also just saw that your favorite tea is on sale at the store. Okay? We are programmed as a society to focus on the negative thing, or you're a bad person, right? I don't know if anyone really feels that way. I used to feel that way. And to dip down and be so sad for them, right? No. That actually totally screws us over. It totally messes with our energy field. You want to send them well-being, so you want to send them a whole bunch of energy. I don't know exactly how it's going to be figured out for you, but I know it's going to get figured out for you. And I know I'm not the one that's going to figure it out for you, but I know that it's going to figure out for you. And in the meantime, I'm going to spend time really highlighting the fact that my most favorite tea is on sale at the store. I'm just plugging in this computer. Hold on. Oh my God, I think I just lost Facebook. Today has been the funniest day with electronics, literally all day. So funny. I will probably post it from Instagram if I can't get this back on. Oh my God, so funny. Okay. So, when we're focusing, notice how I didn't let it dip my energy. It's actually super funny because it also affected half of my lighting. So now I'm in different lighting. Ooh, scary. So, yeah, back to focusing. So if we're really focusing on the tea and we're up here, and let's say that we get some other hard news in our life, and you can say it can be anything, and we notice that we dip down for a minute. We don't want to beat ourselves up if we dip down for a minute. It happens. All we want to do is we want to allow ourselves to raise our frequency back up. And we want to allow ourselves to, the way that we do that is to, oh my gosh, I'm going to see if I can get some of these lights back on, is to, sorry, let me just fix Facebook. Just give me one quick second. I love how there is no perfect live. And it's hysterical. And my computer keeps turning off, which keeps turning off all the lighting. Oh my God. I tried to do a video for Abraham earlier, and that was super funny too. That also wasn't working. And then I finally did a written request, which is hysterical. All right. Here we go. You gotta laugh when things get wonky. It is all good. I don't know what is up. I'm gonna have to like literally come back on again. Sorry everybody for having you wait a moment. I do appreciate you. Okay. Let's see if we can get this back up and going, and then we'll get into some cards. It's about that time. Okay. This is taking a little bit longer than I thought. Do, 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 do. All right. Okay, I think we figured it out. I think we got it. All right, hopefully those people can find me again. The leprechaun is running. That's a joke between Jill and I, because whenever I do my videos, it's usually divinely inspired. So it's different times throughout the day. So she's like, I caught the leprechaun. Hey everybody. I don't know if anyone can see me, but I got it to work again. We're going to go back to focusing on how we can highlight the things that we enjoy and how we can kind of life hack ourselves out of some of the programming. So what I was saying is that whatever we focus on, and by the way, this is part 2 of Wellbeing Wednesdays. Yay! March 1st. Woo! And for Instagram, you're still on. Hi. I appreciate you all. And basically we're talking about focus and how whatever we highlight is going to be the majority of what we're experiencing with the law of attraction. So let's say you have two things that happen in a day. You get a really hard phone call and you get a really good phone call. We all have a choice. We're programmed in Earth School to focus on the really hard thing because we're supposed to find a solution for it. When you look closely at the geniuses like Tesla and Einstein, they didn't try to figure it out. They took a nap and received information. That's what we're learning to do in Golden Age. So it's really exciting. I am pumped. I'm so glad that I understand how Earth School works now because it's so much more fun. So focus on what you want. Highlight what you want. So it expands so you get more of what you want. So even if you have a hard person in your life, if you focus on the parts you like about them the best and you don't hold hard feelings for them, either they will vibe out or they'll vibe up to meet you. And neither one of them is good or bad. It's just law of attraction. It works like gravity. It works whether you believe this video or not. So hopefully, even if you don't believe the video, it's going in your subconscious and it will help you. So if we get together with others in a focus that is fighting against anything, then that's creating a lot more fighting. Okay? If we have a focus that we're feeling lack of money, on the unmanifested side of the stick, then we're going to feel and experience so many things in our lives that are lack of money. You'll get money taken out of your account out of nowhere. All sorts of crazy stuff will happen. Hey, welcome back on, everybody. What's up? I was going to just switch to Instagram, but I was like, you know what? We still have all the cards left too. So I did jump back on Facebook too. Took me a hot second. So we just want to make sure what end of the stick am I on? And you can tell where your focus is by what's going on in your current reality and how you're feeling. And I already explained how we don't want to get stuck in a loop by only focusing on the reality. We want to forward segment intent. And I had learned that term from Abraham and I liked it because what it's saying is it's not that we're ignorant to the now. We're just not letting now program our next now. We understand that our focus creates our reality and sends us to any of these dimensions, right? And in these dimensions, by law of attraction, we're either getting really awesome stuff back or really heavy stuff back that's not so awesome. So if you have a choice between focusing on the fun stuff in your life or focusing on the miserable stuff in your life, if you focus on the miserable stuff by law of attraction, your life will stay miserable forever. You'll never get to Miracle Land unless you allow in joy. So you can allow in joy any now moment. If you've been miserable for a long time, totally doesn't matter. Every now moment, you can still change it. So like I said, I used to have the victim badge for a long time from when I was younger. And I'll tell you, it's a relief to get rid of all that heavy stuff. Being in defense mode with people totally takes a lot of energy. Blaming others or society or the universe or anything, it's a lot of energy. It is so much easier to focus on what you appreciate, and you will notice law of attraction bringing you more and more and more. So highlight things in yellow that you like. So like I said, you get 2 phone calls. You're not ignoring the phone call that was bad. As soon as that segment of the life is over, you're leaving that in the past and you're moving forward with either what you wanted to create out of it that's different or something completely off topic that brings you joy. By allowing your vibration, let me backtrack. We go up and down an emotional frequency all day long. So if you add up every second of the day and where your focus is, that's your baseline reality of what you're living. If you allow yourself to focus on things you enjoy, you will start creating miracles by law of attraction. It is just the way it is. And by releasing doubt. My question to Abraham was, how do we know if we have something active in our energy field that might be blocking us, but we don't know until we get triggered in that now moment? I'm waiting to see if they have an answer for that because that would be great. I haven't quite heard it yet, but I could be dipping down slightly because we dip down whenever we don't feel super awesome, or if we're not sure of something and we start to kind of doubt something, our vibration dips down. If we dip down below a 5, we can't hear as clear. That's why it's so easy for people who do the source mediumship. The regular mediumship's a little bit different, but people who do the higher self work, it's so easy for us to help others because we're not as emotionally invested in it. Stuff that we get really emotionally invested in, we'll tend to dip down more often because we've been programmed to think we have some sort of control over it. And many of us will change our energy to try to appease the other energies in the room. And when we do that, we actually do ourselves a disservice because we're not allowing ourselves to be our true authentic selves, and we're dimming our own light. So remember, it's always safe to shine bright and lead by example and never by force. As you start shifting into your higher self perspective, life gets easier and you don't get offended anymore. And if you do, it's only for a short time. It doesn't last a long time. And it just helps you create new out of it. And it's a really beautiful thing. And let me see if I missed anything. It says, don't wish the wish, focus into being the wish. And a kiddo said that. I thought that was amazing. They're right. And it says, I can read my handwriting. I don't know what that says. Oh, remember, and I said this before, wherever you are in your process right now is perfect and fine. And what you want to do is throughout your day, ask yourself, what end of the stick am I on? Am I focusing on what I want and what I'm creating? Or am I focusing on the lack of having what I want? Law of attraction doesn't lie. You know by what's happening around you and how you feel where you're at. And you can make the change. And if you start making excuses about why you're in a low vibration, don't do that. Because you're expanding that low vibration forevermore. So the next piece is that we also have to understand that when we ask the universe for anything, it is created in vibrational form. Now, if we are at a point where we're not able to quantum jump out of what we just experienced up into the higher realities to match that physical reality, then we have to wait until we calibrate high enough frequency to actually attain it. So it's not that it's not there, it's that we're not in line with it. It always comes back to us. Our focus creates every single piece of our reality. So if you're going to focus on all the bad stuff in the news, your reality is going to suck. If you're going to focus on all of the animals that live amazingly outside and all the plants and all of the different things in nature that you love and all of the people that you love and all of the things that you love, and if you focus on all of the good, by law of attraction, you're going to start accessing those upper dimensions where it's a little brighter. You walk in the store and people are going out of their way to help you out of nowhere. It's really fun. It's really cool. It really does work. Let's see here. Anything else? If only I could read my handwriting a little better when I channel. It's tough stuff. Let's see. Oh, okay. I liked this one too. This was one of the words from Abraham too, and it was saying that instead of like thinking of it like we're molding our future reality, but we also want to leave all the details open to our higher self. Our higher self knows the easiest path with the most fun to get it. So all we're doing is doing a general wish, especially if it's something that you dip down when you think of it all. Give it a general wish, put it in a high vibe, and just leave it alone. If you don't touch it at all, then by law of attraction, it will just manifest. Unless you think about it and you start doubting it, then it can't manifest. Doubt literally X's out your manifestation. And then oh, and let your higher self supercharge it. So that's why the guides, when I first started channeling with everybody, they're like, ask for what you want or better. Always put on or better, because the guides can see big picture. And what you might think you want isn't actually your best option most of the time. So let the universe show you. Oh my God, Facebook went out again. I don't know what's going on. All right. Let's see if I can. Is it working? Oh my God, hysterical. Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time. See if I can get in here. Longest show ever, even though it was like the shortest amount of stuff I had to go over, which is wicked funny. And if you have any questions about any of the things that I'm referring to, I know I'm talking kind of tops of the trees because many of us who have jumped on have been on with me for a long time. So like I said, feel free to go back to past videos. They're both on Instagram and on Facebook, and it will help answer any questions that you might have. Okay. And I'm going to get into cards in just a second. I'm just putting this back on. See if it works. If it doesn't, then we can call it a day. On Facebook. Yep, Facebook is not working. Okay. Sorry, Facebook people. You'll have to watch the replay. All right, so let me go ahead and get into the cards. And the other piece I wanted to show you is with the ball. They were saying that when our aura field is feeling low, there's less of the gold sparkles in it. And if you were looking at it on a scale of 1 to 10, of course, that's just a diagram that Tesla gave me just to kind of let the human mind understand it a little bit. Oh, Shannon, you're funny. It's everything happens in perfect and divine timing. It'll all work out. So yeah, so this would be like if we were in a really low vibe, and see how there's no gold, there's no joy, and we can't access this top here. Now, if we allow ourselves joy and do the bounce, and we allow ourselves to do things that bring joy, and we allow ourselves to shake it up and get out of the programming, then our whole aura field is accessing that light at the top. And that's what they were explaining. And it's like, that's when our higher self is supercharging it, because we can work with our higher self. Our higher self already has done everything that we're asking to do and more. So they're just like, hey, come over here. Hey, come this way. And it'll be intuitive prompts. So you might get a prompt to go to Dollar Tree, random, right? Then you run into somebody who happens to be an event coordinator, and you happen to need an event coordinator. And you're like, oh my God, you seem super cool. And thank God the universe both brought us to Dollar Tree. And that's how it is. And it's really cool. If you let yourself do it, it's amazing. So the trick with the focus is ask yourself, what end of the stick am I on? What's happening in my now? And what is happening in my focus? What am I focusing on? Am I focusing on old past stuff that doesn't feel good? Or am I focusing on what I'm creating new? Many humans focus in their mind space on anything hard that has happened throughout the day. So we're all learning to retrain our brain to focus on the good throughout the day, highlight the good throughout the day, so that our aura field is filled with good. So law of attraction delivers us good, and easily, and with a lot of fun, and without effort. It just goes, and it's awesome. Super awesome. Okay. So now I'm going to get into the cards, and I got a new deck of cards from Hay House, and I love it so much. It is by Asha Frost, and the artwork is by Steph Littlebird, and it's the Sacred Medicine Oracle. Oh, that's so funny. So Jill is the first one on my list, and of course I take the cards out. One of her guides is a white wolf named Snow, and she has a wolf affiliation. So this card is all about just reminding us that, especially in our higher self energies, we're always fully protected. We're always healed, safe. And the Snow says hi. He misses you. I don't know if you've talked to him recently. So that was the card for Jill. And the next one is for B Web. And B Web got the card of the day, which is the Sweetgrass Braid, which is the receptivity mode. And remember, we access the miracle dimensions by dropping resistance and allowing ourselves to receive information from our higher self, not by doing. So if you want miracles, you want to get in the receiving mode. And it doesn't mean that you won't do anything. It just means that you're not doing it to get the result. You're doing it because you're feeling inspired to do it. You're doing it because you feel like this is going to really help, and that this is like, no one can talk you out of it. This is exactly how you want to do it. And remember, when you get a really strong focus like that and you feel really excited about that, you don't have to go and tell everyone, especially if they don't have the same mindset as you and they're going to try to talk you out of what your higher self is talking you into. A lot of people might have very good intentions, but they are programmed. So they talk people out of their miracles all the time. Nobody was able to talk Tesla or Einstein out of their miracles, although they thought they were completely insane. Totally fine. It's totally fine. They were happy and they were connected to source and they were getting a lot of information. All right. Let me say happy, not around humans, and I'll get into that later, but story for another day, and also none of our business. However, they were able to access source information and really transform everything down here in Earth School. So the next one is for Kathy, and Kathy got the Anishinaabe, I don't actually know this word, new card deck, and it says the good being and worth. So one of the things that I had been working on recently was worthiness, and sometimes we can have some like really subtle old programs still running in the background around worthiness. So if this card came up for you, just know that you're always safe to choose what is the best thing to do for you and allow other people to follow their higher self and do their journey their way. Know that you are worth it and that you can absolutely, I'm trying to get the right words. When we channel from source energy, they use our vocabulary the best they can to translate information. So I'm trying to find the right words for this feeling that they're giving me, but basically know that you're always worthy to speak your truth, even if other people might not like it. And if you speak it kindly, you will be heard. And the next one is for Lewis. And Lewis got sacred tears and expression. And again, having a crying release can be healthy as long as we allow ourselves the relief at the end and we set the intention that we're going to then vibe back up. Sometimes people can stay in the lower frequencies for a really long time. We cannot get anyone out of them. It's an inside job. So if you're feeling in the lower frequencies, nobody outside of you can fix it for you. You are the only one who can shift your focus over to the joy. We all have a choice every now moment. Focus on pain or joy. Pain or joy. That's it. People used to say love or fear, but all the words are tainted down here. Oh, now we're rhyming to me. And the next one is for Fernando. And Fernando also got worth, which is really funny. I guess I didn't shuffle very hard. However, there are all synchronicities and no coincidences. So Fernando, also know your worth too. And they're switching it a little bit. They're saying, know that you are worthy of everything that you're asking for and release any feelings of inadequacy in any ways and really allow yourself to shine bright and really celebrate yourself. And the next one is for Andy, and Andy got Spider-Woman and Destiny. And as we know, we all end up creating and weaving our own lives through our focus. So that medicine woman was reminding you that you are your own dream weaver and daytime reality weaver. So before you go to sleep, depending on what kind of dreams that you're having, you can set an intention to have a specific type of dream. Sometimes our dreams will just run our subconscious, or it will access an alternate reality if we had made some different choices. There's all different places we can go to in dream time. So sometimes it's helpful to set an intention, especially if you need clarity on something. And you can receive it in a dream if for any reason during your waking state, if it dips down your vibration too much to hear the source answer. And the next one's for Barbara. And Barbara got medicine, rights, and accomplishment. Yay, Barbara! So the guides have been saying that you have been really making some changes, which is really awesome. And believe it or not, you might think of it as not like being on your game, and the guides are like, she's allowing in more joy. Yes, yes, yes. More not on your game. Don't have to do all the things. Allow yourself a piece of pizza. Allow yourself to go for a walk. Allow yourself to listen to your body. Allow yourself to have fun and be silly and be a mermaid and be your awesome self. And I love all of your awesomeness. So never be afraid to be your true, unique, authentic self is the big message from the guides. And the next one is for Donna. And Donna got Wisdom Keeper and Mastery. So Donna, they said that you're also going through some changes and making some changes in your life. And that's super positive and awesome. So keep up the great work. And they're saying, allow yourself to give and receive love unconditionally. And something that I learned recently is that we can love people and not be upset with them and still not have to be interacting with them on a daily basis or any basis. But you can still hold good feelings for them, and that will help raise your vibration altogether. Because no one here is doing anything but the best that they can. So sometimes when we get offended by anybody or anything, it's really important to recognize that just means we're not in our higher self. If we're in our higher self, we don't get offended. And as soon as you shift into your higher self, you won't be offended. And remember to always forgive everybody. Because like I said, everyone's just doing the best they can. And we're all just here going up and down in frequency all the time. Get your validation from source, not the humans. And the next one is for Jonathan. And Jonathan got Sacred Space and Support. So this card is talking about allowing yourself to create a little bit of space that's just for you, where you feel a lot of joy, maybe a corner or an area, and allow yourself to hold that joy frequency. The way the guides explain it to me is hold the gold, like golden age energy, hold the fun energy. And that could be like a meditation for you. If you're not into meditation, is just putting some things that you really, really love. Like I found some mini toys. Jen, if you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if Jill has seen this yet. But I got like a little mini Care Bear. So amazing. And like little things that really make me so happy. And every time I look at them, I'm like, joy sparks all day. So if you find something that makes you feel like that, put it in a little corner and allow yourself to feel those joy sparks for just 15 minutes a day. And that will work like a meditation so that you can start moving the energy. And the next one's for Sam. And Sam got Mosaic and Pieces. So these are all different pieces of the heart. And remember, the guides are saying, oh my God, I'm showing things to the Facebook that's not working. And then I think I showed the lights over there too, which was really great. It's like I have an audience. But yes. So allow yourself to, and I totally just lost track of what I was saying, which is so funny. I'll see it on the replay. Oh, that's what it was. The little pieces of the heart. So when they were talking about this for you in particular, it was saying that you have a big heart and there's plenty of room. Your heart will not run out of love. So you can love all of the people. You don't have to worry about picking favorites or anything like that. You can love all of them with all that you have. And that's why they had showed it like kind of like a mosaic, but it's all still together and it's all still in harmony. And the next one is for Shannon. And Shannon got medicine rights again and accomplishment. You are doing such a great job. Oh, yes, those are some other Care Bears. I even got even minier ones. I know. These two are my favorite. Jen almost stole them the other day. And then she doesn't want to do visitation rights, so I said she can't take them out. I'll show you guys next time. The little tiny, they're like this big. They're so cute. But yes, thank you for noticing my Care Bears. I love them so much. That's why they're here. They like Wellbeing Wednesdays. All right. So this is so funny. So for Shannon, you got Strawberry in Love. And I feel like I already picked Shannon's card, but I didn't. Or if I did, then you get to. See how there's no rules in the higher self? Like it's all good. Everything is just always all good. Everything's fine. And I love the strawberries too. And notice that she's picking them and they're ripe, and her hand is making like a heart, and it's almost like a diamond with the berries. So, oh, and you also got accomplishment. That was the other card. Now I'm remembering. Okay. So they're saying that you're doing a great job by cutting some things out and introducing new things, and you're noticing that the new things like the berries and different things that maybe you would have gone for ice cream, that you're noticing that with the less sugar that these are actually super sweet too, and you're noticing different things like that. And they're saying incorporating more of the fruits and things into your diet will actually really help to curb any cravings that you might have on anything. So that's really exciting. And the next one is for Melanie. And you just got the strawberry of love too. It was still kind of hanging out there. And this one is also eagle, feather, and soar. So allow yourself to shine bright. Allow yourself to follow your bliss. And you don't have to get any human's permission to follow your bliss. Many of us are programmed that we have to get the family's permission or support to do certain things or whatever it may be. We all have the ability to create any type of life that we want to, and never forget that. And the next one is for Tammy. And Tammy got storytelling and connection. Oftentimes we inspire others through stories of different ways that we have made it through things in a high vibe way. And by sharing our stories of miracles that happen, as opposed to being afraid that someone's going to think we're crazy because we saw a giant heart in the sky, start sharing, start telling people. And it doesn't matter if they think you're crazy or not. If you feel inspired from your higher self that you want to share a story and you think that it might go into their subconscious and help them in the future, go for it. And the next one is for Micah. And Micah got tobacco and offering. So for you, it's saying that as much as you are receiving from the universe and information and things of that nature, that you also give back. And sometimes people think that we have to do like a physical tobacco offering or certain things. Source energy does not expect anything from us except for they're just really excited, and our higher selves are just really excited for us to access miracles down here, honestly. Like, that's all they want. They would love for us to hear them clear all the time. They don't really need physical things. When we do give things to them, and I've mentioned this in past videos, Jill and I had not too much food at one time, and we put just a little bit in a guide plate, and because the higher self has everything that we were looking at in the grocery store, they had like a spread like the Mad Hatter tea table of like crazy food, like a Thanksgiving, like lobster, steak, flaming hot. It's freaking crazy. So, and like every side that you could ever imagine. Our higher self is good. The guides are all in source. They're good. Anything around that is just programmed stuff. So allow yourself to know that you are doing everything right. And just by focusing on your light and allowing in joy, that's a way that you're giving back to the whole collective and the universe all the time, just by holding that space. So we don't have to do something in particular all the time. And Tammy, I don't know if I picked your card, but just in case I didn't, I'm going to do it quick. Eagle, feather, soar. Isn't that funny? I feel like we just got that one. Unless that was the one I picked for you already. Anyways, here's what it looks like. I love channeling. I'm still in my body when I'm channeling. Like I don't leave or anything like that, but I don't remember the information because it's not mine. I'm just accessing it in the now moment through source. So that's why I'll often use speak to text if I'm trying to channel, trying is a hard word. If I am channeling information from source about a class or whatever, I'll use speak to text because I don't always remember the details. So as you start connecting with source, if you forget, like if you had the epiphany of life and then you forget, don't worry about it. You'll remember. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Let it go. And as you drop any sort of resistance around forgetting it, you're going to remember. Oh, Sparks just came in. She wanted to just confirm that for everybody. Do you want to say hi? She's probably not going to want to do this, but I'm going to try. Oh, 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 can you say hi? Say hi. I'm not holding you, right? I'm sorry. You want to say hi? Okay, nope. She does not want to say hi right now. All right, back to the cards. I'm sorry about that uncomfortable hold. That looked really terrible on the camera. Sorry about that. You good? She's good. Okay. Next one is for Jane. Ooh, there was kind of two that came out of here. So you got the sage stick, which is cleansing. So remember, we can cleanse out any negative thoughts that we have on repeat in our head by just allowing ourselves to say, no, I'm not going to keep thinking about that. Now, we can't really just turn it off. So the way that we turn it off is we deliberately focus on something that we like. And if a subject is hard for you and it keeps coming up, literally find 5 things that don't cause any low energy, have them in the back of your mind and ready to pull on if that negative thought comes up, so that you're highlighting one of the positive ones. So you can think of, you know, what you're going to have for dinner, if that's exciting, or a favorite thing that you're going to be doing, or a favorite tea that you're sipping right now. You can really break it down to anything. And the other is also very similar to the sage card, which is kind of cool. And it's the medicine woman also holding the sage, and it's wisdom. So remember that the wisdom comes from source, not our age. So believe it or not, children are still connected to source and often have more wisdom than many of the programmed older people in society. So never go by the age or the human for our validations. We can get confirmations from them though. And having a lot of life experience, if somebody's naturally doing a higher self path, they probably have a lot of inspiration to share. So just remember that the wisdom can be at any age. And it's the access to source that creates the sage. Oh, that's funny. Katumi is hysterical. Okay. And the next one's for Heather. And Heather got Dark Spirit, Moon, and Void. And this is a really pretty card. This is all about the different zodiacs and different constellations. And the void doesn't mean anything negative. The void, it's almost like the void of course moon. It's a natural pause. It's a time to just sit back and breathe. And the moon is in Cancer, so it's a cozy, comfortable energy. Allow yourself to just rejuvenate and fill your cup back up, because you've had a lot going on. And now that things are starting to settle, allow yourself some time to just do nothing. And the next one is for Lisa, and Lisa got New Spirit, Moon, and Hope. So whatever it is that you've been having on your mind, that you've been praying for, know that as you look at the moon, remind yourself of your connection to your higher self, and remind yourself that focusing on the well-being of everything is going to expand the well-being of whatever it is that you're thinking about. And for Kristen, you got Birch Tree and Humility. So this is all about being humble, which I feel like you are. You're an amazing being. And I'm sorry that this isn't working on Facebook right now. I will post this Instagram one onto my Facebook. So it's really all about just allowing ourselves to shine bright and know that our calm strength and confidence is always at its best when we're in our higher self perception. So if you ever notice yourself feeling any other way except like in that higher self perception, don't beat yourself up. Just know that as soon as you notice it, you can shift back in. Because oftentimes the universe, because we're always experiencing a mirror, and I don't know if this is something that might have happened recently, but I'll often find certain things and I'm like, wow, that really taught me something. I'm rather humbled by that. I feel as though I could have reacted better. or something of that nature. So remember to just keep flowing and know that your higher self always loves you and is never judging you, and allow yourself to keep shining on. And the next one is for Crystal. And Crystal got Fall Equinox Buffalo Release. This is beautiful. And this is also about that female bison. I don't know if you saw the video about her. I'd mentioned that I started working with the female bison, and she's really great at holding space, that calm strength, but, and not even the word but, and is also extremely nurturing and gentle, yet strong. So she's reminding you that she'll work with you as well. And being a mom and a wife, it's a beautiful energy to work with. She said that she can help you hold the gold at the homestead. She's really fun. And the next one is for April. And April got Star Nations and Ancestors. All of your ancestors are helping you. This is a really pretty idea for a painting, and you have ancestors that are helping you with all of your creativeness, and they're reminding you that you have access to everyone in source. So in a sense, everyone in source is all of our ancestors. That's why there's no one twin flame or one soulmate or any of that stuff. Like we're all light and frequency. We've all had multiple different lives down here on earth. It's not quite how we've been programmed to believe that it works. And like I said before, everybody always goes back to source. So never worry about that. And they're saying to allow yourself to shine bright. And when you notice yourself feeling like there's a lot going on or too much going on, or like the hustle and bustle, almost like, maybe rushed isn't the right word, but like a lot going on. They're like giving me the feeling of like not frantic, because you're really good at holding your energy, but like internally, like, it's a lot going on all at once. So they said if that happens, just call on them, and anyone in source or just your higher self, and just ask for it to be I was going to use the word easified. I don't think that's a word. My human language is now making up things to try to explain them. It will become easier, and they can allow things to flow. So once we start getting stressed out about time, we're almost guaranteed to be late because of law of attraction, because we're highlighting late as opposed to highlighting early because of our now, right? So time is actually not real. It's something that humans made up, but we'll get into that another day. Allow yourself to flip your script. So as soon as you notice that feeling, be like, oh yeah, that's right, I create my own reality. This is just a mirror to how I was just feeling. So I'm going to shift how I feel, and therefore it's all going to work out, and I don't have to stress around it. And you can apply that to many different things. And the last one here is for Jess, and then Nicole. Sorry, I got Nicole on here too. I don't know if Nicole was able to get onto Insta. So for Jess, we got Rainbow Activation and Authenticity. So it's really important that you allow yourself to be your true authentic self. And remember that you don't have to live up to anyone else's expectations of who they think you should be. Allow yourself to be who you came here to be. And that doesn't need permission from any humans on the planet. To be exactly you, and you will shine bright, and your tribe will come in, and everything will be all right. And for Nicole, you got Eagle, Feather, and Soar. So keep on keeping on, and keep working with that higher self perception. It's going to really help you in your readings, and it's going to really help your clients with your readings too. And it's a really, really fun way to do it. And remember, if we're holding on to any sad or hard feelings, we can't access source. So they're encouraging you to allow yourself to let go of anything that hurts your feelings when you think about it, and allow the refocus. Allow yourself to take a highlighter and just highlight everything that you love about your life for a week straight and watch it completely shift. It works. It's amazing. And I think I got everyone, although Facebook is not working. I super love you girls. I don't know if there's any guys on tonight. And whoever's watching this replay, I love you all. I love everybody. And life is good. Allow in joy. And really just keep expanding your miracles. Let your higher self really amplify. And what was the words that I had channeled earlier? Let it do what? This is why I have to write down. Oh, allow our higher self to supercharge it. I love that. So here's us getting some gold going, and then look at when the ball is completely full, that's higher self. Higher self is like, oh, you're willing to fill the ball. Let me fill it up with everything you've ever wanted and more. And that's how it works. It's just we're focusing oftentimes on really negative stuff because that's what sells right now. And it's really gross. So if you're watching a lot of violence, you're not in Miracle Land. And you can say it doesn't bother you, but it's going into your subconscious. So just be aware of everything you feed your brain. And if you want to access miracles and you want to feel happy all day long, you have charge of your focus. Have a great, great day.